Hey everyone, I'm just making sure that I'm live. Excellent. So thank you for hosting this class. I am so thankful for all my hostesses, for all my customers. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So I just want to take a second and thank you. My name is Lisa Fawcett. I have been driving this vehicle called Epicure for 13 years now. And I never know how I'm gonna help somebody. I never know if someone is looking for different food products. I never know if someone's looking for a little bit of an extra income. And fortunately, we have both of those options available. So thank you for taking part in this class. Please ask any questions, put your comments put your comments in the comments, add comments in the comments. Anyhow, 13 years, I still fumble my words. So if you're laughing at me, I'm laughing at myself too. It never gets old. So how did I start this business? I started it because I had a lot of food sensitivities and still do. So I've walked the walk of being gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, egg-free, chicken-free. I've walked the road of autoimmune. I've walked the road of so many different roads of health, and it's just a continuous journey. And I'm thankful that I found so many different tools and aids to help me, and that's what I just want to pass on to you. If you're not one of those people or if you're one of those people that don't have a food sensitivity or an allergy, congratulations. Because eating 365 days of the year gets really boring. And you can only season your chicken or your tofu or your beef so many different ways before you get, okay, what are we gonna do now? So we change catalogs 3 times a year, and we are always inventing new flavors. We're always bringing out new ideas, and basically we get paid to cook and show you what we're doing. Right now there's a promo, $79 for the United States, and it includes this bad boy, which we're gonna be talking about, and that is generally $52. So, test drive it. It's a business in a box. You got everything you need. And if it doesn't work out, it's not for you, then that's totally okay. You try something new and I'll respect you 10 times more, because doing something new is supposed to be fun, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're doing chicken fajitas. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to walk through. I'm going to try and make this under 30 minutes because that's our motto. You take a meal from raw to ready in 30 minutes or less. And yeah, I'm going to show you what I'm doing along the way. If you have any questions, let me know. Before we get going, all of our cookware that I'm putting in the microwave today can go in the oven too. So don't worry about that. All of our products are food grade, and we're just here to help. We're just here to show you different ideas for the kitchen. And I hope you like what you see today. I hope you learned something new, and if not, that's okay. If you already have an Epicure consultant, give them a great big high five for me and tell them that they're doing an awesome job, because we have a lot of territory to cover. In Canada, this company started 25 years ago. We are completely debt-free, and also we just launched the United States 2.5 years ago. So we're looking for, food ambassadors. We're looking for referrals. We're looking for just to share what there is. And it's not for everybody, and that's okay. But when you think of Epicure, think of the spice aisle at the grocery store. A lot of people ask us, what's the difference between Epicure and the stuff at the grocery store? So number one, 100% gluten-free. Everything in the catalog is gluten-free. We triple test it. And also we have kosher products. We have no sodium. We have no sugar. We have some sugar. All of our sugar is not refined, so it's an organic coconut sugar. So I can go on until you're blue and I'm blue, but I'm going to get going. So that way, hopefully we've got some people on here now. But if you have specific questions, please ask them. I'm going to try and save all the questions until the end. So make sure that your questions are very specific in terms of what I'm doing. So I can circle back and ask those, just because, my mind goes all over on the best of days. So anyhow, all right, here we go. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna move. You're gonna see less of me, more of the food, and I'm just gonna show you what we're doing. All right, sounds good. I hope you guys can see that. All right. All right. So first and foremost, we have the multi-purpose steamer. And what is this? This is a tool that we use. There's 3 little steamers in there. The first question that people usually ask is, do I have to put water in it? No water whatsoever, okay? There's a rack in here. So if you don't like your food to touch, you can put your chicken on the bottom and your vegetables on top and then put it in the microwave and it cooks it all. So I already went ahead and chopped up 2 chicken breasts in here. And I'm not adding water, but what I'm gonna do is I am going to add some peppers because we're making chicken fajitas. So I'm gonna use my Prep Pro knife. Super, super sharp. It's a ceramic knife. We absolutely love it. It's great for tomatoes. You're gonna see me make some salsa, some guacamole. I'm gonna be chopping up the peppers and we're just gonna combine them all so you can see how to use these tools. So peppers, I'm okay with our food touching. Our kids are not picky like that. So, but it is a thing. It is a thing. Some people are not, do not like to have their, oh, there goes a pepper. I should flip it. Their food touching. So I respect that 100%. There we go. So peppers in, super, super easy. As I'm chopping up this, I should let you know that we have an amazing fundraiser program. So there's a kit that's already established and you get 6 meal solutions in there for $25 and $10 of the $25 goes to the organization. So if you have someone that is just struggling and or a sports team, it doesn't have to be an actual fundraiser organization or a fundraiser like a specific charity. It can be anyone that needs a little bit of help these days, and that's what we're about. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that down there. All right, so we got the peppers, we've got the onions in here. I'm just gonna take the tail off here. There we go, we're gonna launch those in there. And every microwave is completely different. So I might have to put mine in this steamer in my microwave for about, I'd say 6 to 8 minutes. You might have to do yours for 5. All depends on, you know, once you start playing around with it, you'll get to know what is, what your temperature is. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, my customers usually cut everything up and then they take their knife and they start going like this and just mixing it up. It's just a thing that we generally do. So I'm gonna urge you not to do that. This bad boy comes separately and it's a silicone knife and you can bake a cake in here. So using this knife, you'll be able to cut without cutting the silicone underneath. So we really want to make sure that we protect it. It does have an amazing warranty, but we just still want to make sure that we are protecting all of our tools and it acts really good for mixing as well. I could use one of my spoons, but meh, I got this one here. So isn't that cool? Just, it's a silicone knife, so you're not ruining your tools. All right, so that looks good. Let's take a look. We got some chicken in there. We have some peppers in there. That's all ready to go. Now, seasoning. What are we gonna do for seasoning? So a lot, not a lot. Oh, there we go again. We have taco or fajita. It's not gonna turn your meat orange. I've had a customer that has called me in the middle of cooking and said, Lisa, there's something wrong with your spices. And I said, what's wrong with the spices? And she goes, my meat's not orange. And I said, don't worry. It's not gonna turn your meat orange because we have no additives or preservatives in any of our products. So she's like, oh, is it gonna taste the same? I said, it's gonna taste the same. She had to alter for her kids a little bit. But the other thing that she noticed is there's not a lot of sodium in there. So you can add your salt. So anyhow, we prefer the taco over the fajita. The fajita has a little bit more spice than the taco. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open that. The ingredients, or the directions, are on the back, and also the ingredients and the nutritional information, okay? So you see that it's got all the stamps on the jars too. So that's super, super important for a lot of people. Okay, next tool. Oh my gosh, 4-in-1 spoon. So think teaspoons, but it's not dingling every time you move it. It's a tablespoon on one side, a teaspoon on the other side, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. There's a line just right here. So I love it. So I'm gonna take a tablespoon, and this particular tool fits right inside of all the jars. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna take one heaping tablespoon and sprinkle it over top. It says for 2 to 3. I know my family, and that's quite enough. I know with a lot of other companies, you have to add more to get more flavoring. That's not the case with Epicure. We are, because all of the products are very pure, you don't have to add a lot. So next I'm gonna use this as a spoon. I'm just gonna mix it all up. Oh, you can't see that there. There you go. I'm gonna mix it all up. There we go. So you see there's no water at the bottom, okay? And I'm gonna show you when it comes out. There's no water, okay? So I'm just gonna close that all up. Now, if you wanted to cook something else or refried beans or something on top, you would put the tray, but I'm not doing that, okay? So I'm gonna close the lid, make sure it fits snug. And next, I'm gonna put it on a plate. I always wanna make sure that our, anything that goes in the microwave, because my microwave is up high, I want to make sure that we're putting things on a plate, so then when it gets a little warm, you can just grab a plate. So I'm going to put that in the microwave for about 7 minutes. All right. The cutting board I was using is a grip, slipless cutting board. So as you see, there's got grips on both sides. And for my little guy, he's 7 and he likes to be in the kitchen with me, this is a godsend, because I don't know how many times he's used this cutting board and it goes back and forth, and just a little bit of a pressure with the knife pushes the cutting board. So I love that every time he pushes, this cutting board is not going to move. So it's also great for putting turkeys, for pulling apart chicken, and so forth. You just put it on a tray and you're good to go. I love talking about all of our gadgets because I'm not generally a gadget person, but all of our tools are meant to save you time. Everything is meant to save you time, either cooking or preparing, but that's what Epicure has in mind every time they create something. Like my soup, I've got my turkey, so we just had Thanksgiving, and I got my bones going in a big pot to make a soup. Okay, the next product I'm going to talk about are these. It's all wet because I had all my stuff on it, but I use it as trays. You can do fajita chicken in the oven. You can take chicken here, peppers here, onions here, pop it in the oven. Don't forget to season it. We also don't burn anything with these, with the silicone mats. We absolutely love it. It saves me so much time. There's no scraping, there's no burning. I've had these sheet pans for over 10 years, and it's like brand spanking new. The other thing that you can use this for is tin foil. So if you're making lasagna or something like that, you just flip it upside down and boom, you're done. All right, put that over there. Next, we have, I need my cutting board again, and my trusty knife. Okay, so I love these bowls. Again, multitasking. So you have the measurements. I don't know if you can see here, my big light. You've got the measurements on both sides. This full cup, this full bowl, it's called a prep bowl. It's 1 cup, and we make chocolate pudding or leftovers when we're doing fajitas or tacos or something like that. We put the extras in there and then put it in the fridge. Great to go. Oh, there's my other cutting board. Okay, salsa. So right now it's harvest season. A lot of the tomatoes are being picked off the vines. Now, what do you do with your tomatoes? We have an amazing Poco Picante salsa. Again, your directions are on the back, your recipes on the back, your nutritional values on the back, and also all of your food stamps are on the back too. So what is this? This is the ingredients that doesn't have any additives or preservatives that you add to your fresh tomatoes. You can even do canned tomatoes. So if you're trying to eliminate some of the sodium, you just take this Poco Picante and you add it to tomatoes. So that's what we're gonna do. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take a tablespoon. Now, here's the thing, there is a little bit of bite in here. So if you don't like a lot of spice, you're not gonna put a lot of the seasoning in. And that's what I love. When you purchase Epicure, you can flavor your meals how you like them instead of how the traditional industry wants you to eat them. So all of the salt's already mixed in when you buy a pasta sauce. The way that you can alter it is buying your canned tomatoes or your fresh tomatoes and adding a marinara in here that doesn't have a lot of salt but adds all the flavor of a spaghetti sauce, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top. I'm gonna continue cutting the tomato. Look at how nice and smooth that is. I can't bring it closer, but look at that tomato. I haven't pushed it. The tomato's still full. It's a little ripe, so it's not a hard tomato, but it just cuts through the tomato like butter. That's one of the biggest safety hazards that we have is, cutting with dull knives. So when you have a sharp knife, it makes a big difference. And I know that when I've got my kids in the kitchen, I know that they know how to use all these products and they're super sharp. You never have to sharpen them, which I love. But they're not as strong as steel. So don't open any cans with them. All right, so tomatoes. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. So this is this is a summer product, but we have different flavored types of salts, and it already comes in a grinder. You can adjust the coarseness of the grinder. So you just flip it upside down, once you already have the grinder, you can just purchase the refills. Or if you want to shred, let's say the Poco Picante, you can take this grinder and it's interchangeable. All the lids are interchangeable. All right, so next we're just gonna mix this guy up. Here we go. I didn't have one of my bigger bowls. My kids absolutely love Mexican. Both my kids have been raised on Epicure. They don't know a lot. They know that there's a lot of crap food out there, but my kids respond in different ways too to how we feed them, and kids are really what they're being served. So I make sure that they're getting the best wholesome ingredients that I possibly could give them. There you go. Salsa, nummy. All right, what's next? We have guacamole. Again, the ingredients is all ready to go for you. Is it gonna zoom in for me? Hang on a second. Oh, it's still blurry. There we go. All the ingredients are in here. All of the directions. I'll get that eventually, maybe 15, 16 years. Again, they give you a whole bunch of different ways of how to use these products. And if you're looking for more ways, you just go to my website and type in this product or any of the products, and they'll give you a full database of recipes. All right, so we've got the avocados. How do you cut your avocado? Some people cut it, I'm gonna show you how I cut it. There we go. So I go right in the center, I take it and go all the way around. And then how do you pit This is a tough one. Just watch your fingers. If it's ripe enough, you can put the knife in it and twist it, and it comes right out like that. But it has to be ripe enough. If it's not ripe enough, it won't come out. And just a little bit. There you go. And next, are you an avocado lover or not so much? When my kids do it, this is what they do. I'm going to show you a couple different ways how I've seen over the years. Then, of course, with kids, they got to make a mess, right? So I'm making a mess too. There we go. So those that love avocados, love avocados. Those that don't, don't. It's usually one or the other. I'm going to take a spoon. Some people score it first, just to make it a little bit easier to get out. And then they just scoop it out and put it on their plates. Yeah. So I've got a whole bunch of other products over here to show you. I don't want to take too much of your time. A lot of people ask me, where have you been all my life? So like I said, we've been in Canada for 25 years, and we started out with a lady. Her name is Sylvia Rachette. She wanted the best ingredients and she couldn't find them in the grocery store for her kids. So she started blending her own vegetable dip mixes and started selling them at farmers markets. And she would sell out, and she would sell out, and so she would sell out. And she was one of those people that she always wanted to help people. So she quickly saw that if she ended up by putting these products in the grocery store, the only person that's going to be helping is the owners of the grocery store and the people that might buy them. But so that's why she quickly moved to the party marketing planning. So that way she could help people like myself and maybe people like yourself find a side gig. So this business has helped me in more ways than one. It's helped raise funds for teams. It's helped other people that have not had a family. We have an amazing community that we all support one another. So that's how Epicure started. And then before COVID, we were going into people's houses and actually doing a full-on demonstration, taking a meal from raw to ready. And now we've, kind of converted. And how cool is that? Because I'm in Canada and 98% of you are in the United States. So we're just on a mission to teach, share, and grow and help people along the way. So that's how Epicure started. Okay, do you like chunky salsa or do you like smooth salsa? Good question, hey? Okay, again, we're gonna take the guacamole mix, the 4-in-1 spoon, and I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of this guy. And we're just gonna mix it all up. You can add lemon or lime, which I'm actually gonna do, which I forgot to take out. And I'm just gonna add a splash, or 2. And I'm just gonna keep on mixing it all up. And you have guacamole. There we go. So we like chunky salsa, or guacamole. Here. Look at that. Nama, nama, nama. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. All right, I'm not sure if you heard the timer go, but the timer went. So we're gonna take this guy out. So that will be warm. So I just usually cock it a little bit. And I'm gonna grab my trusty tongs. I'm just gonna move it around a little bit. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Fajitas are one of our favorites. Now, what can you cook in this bad boy? You can make cakes in here. You can make, oh my goodness, I've done meatballs in here. You can do potatoes, you can do roast, we have another one where you can do a whole rotisserie chicken in there. So how cool is this? I remember I showed you that there was no liquid at the bottom. I'm gonna try and show you. Oh, every time I show you, there's a little bit of liquid, but what that does is it takes it from all of the vegetables. Nama, nama, nama. Isn't that great? 7 minutes in your microwave. Boom, done. Fantastic. So we've got the chicken, the peppers, the onions. We have the guacamole. We have some salsa. We're just missing some flatbread, and we are ready to rock for dinner. Awesome. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned something new. If you would love to see something in the catalog that actually live, message me, and I pretty much have most of everything. Oh, that was one more thing I wanted to talk about. These guys right here. We have a program that's called Epic Life. And what is Epic Life? Epic Life is healthy eating. What is healthy eating? Good question. A lot of people get confused when it comes to meals and food. What's good, what's not, what's the carb, what's sugar, So Epicure has partnered with not only doctors, dietitians, and so many more professionals. And they've built this one program, and the pillars are healthy eating. We have a lot of people that don't like this, but they like that. So they put together a program, it's called Epic Life, and it's basically scoops. And you basically have 2 of the greens per meal, 1 of the turquoise, which is your protein, that's vegetables or fruit. This is your carb, this is your fat. So if you want more information on this program and or just more information, you can start it at any time. I have people that are very thin that have jumped on this. I have some people that need to lose weight. The whole goal is just healthy eating. That's it. And healthy eating is very complicated. So if you see this sheet right here, it actually tells you all the different foods that you can put in the yellow or in the turquoise. And there's a guide that comes along with it and guides you the whole way. So I love this program. This is how we eat. This is how my 14-year-old eats. And she's like, Mom, it's really easy. And I said, yeah, it is. And I'm glad that she finds it easy at 14. Because as we get older, food gets more complicated. I know there's something coming out with the salt content in the United States. I'll post the article in the comments below, but it was just launched, I think today. So anyhow, I hope that you learned something new. I hope that you can see these products in your kitchen, and if not, that's okay. I'm just here to share, teach, and inspire others that cooking doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be time-consuming, and it can be fun and easy and fast. My name is Lisa Fawcett. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, I'll review all the comments. Please, if you have any questions, comment below. Have a great evening, everyone.